it's also really difficult, right, to trust your intuition like that without any kind of knowledge. But yeah, when I saw Melania drop, I told my group chat, like, this is a mass extraction event. Mass extraction events happen at the top, and usually what follows is kind of like a cascade. So I was like, yeah, this is really red flags. Everybody was like, but it's fine. Like, he just raised like, I don't even know how much billion. Like, he'll probably use that to like buy back Bitcoin. I was like, I don't know. This is all too like reliant on like some, just too much, right? It's too like theoretical. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut like a lot of alts here. So I cut all the alts that I didn't have like 100% conviction in. And to be honest, maybe at that point I should have just sold everything to just buy back lower. But swing trading is really scary.
What I would do...
You said that last time.
The crazier metric.
Make sure you focus your time, energy, and effort.
9 months later, Trump.
Very what we're doing.
I think we can take credit for having conviction.
Andrew said, he's like, I'm going to bring that up.
I was actually brought in developing famous penguin in the world.
I actually open with this. Listen, how long have you been in crypto for?
Since 2021. So.
Oh, so this is your second cycle then?
Yeah. But
Did
it's
you round trip?
Well, it's not over.
No, but like
in the first one.
It's close. It's close. It's close.
Did I round trip? I round trip like multiple things, yeah. Like memes especially. Which
memes did you have? Like
so,
Doge, Shiba?
No, Mudeng, Loose. Yeah. So I got into those like pretty early, and I just never sold. So I'm still holding some of that. Loose I cut, but yeah. So yeah. Round trip
it's all
memes.
down like 90% or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's dumb. I don't think most of those memes are coming back, right? Yeah, I think meme coins were pretty fun, but I'm pretty like cynical about them now. I think they ruined a lot.
Because you lost money on them.
No. I didn't lose money. I just round trip. Like overall, I think I made money on memes. But
yes. Okay, I see what you're saying.
But for the health of the industry, like NFTs are better. That's my honest take.
NFTs are all coins with pictures.
Yeah, well, that's better.
Did you get scared by yesterday's shakeout?
No.
It didn't bother you yesterday?
No.
Did you check your portfolio yesterday?
No.
Wow, you're smart. You didn't check it at all. Good for you.
No.
I couldn't stop checking it yesterday.
No.
I was like
I already know the mistakes that I've made like in the past 2 weeks. Like I'm already aware of them. And the rest of stuff I wouldn't sell now anyway. Like they're things that I think will perform. So what's the point, just continue to feel bad and like influence my future decisions? No.
Where do you think the cycle tops at? Because you tweeted like last week or something that like you think 255 or 250,000 or something is
200.
Is this cycle or next cycle's top?
I mean, I have no idea. I think predictions like are just they're not great, but I do still believe in 200k Bitcoin. Yeah. I still think like
this cycle.
Yeah.
I have to ask you why.
Because okay, so there's a debate of like whether shit is priced in, right? And that's basically what it's like. That's what it's like relying on. So right now we've seen a lot of US states push for Bitcoin strategic reserve. We've seen a few countries push for it too. I think like it was like Czech Republic, El Salvador has already done it.
Last cycle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a strategic reserve, but
yeah, the US has done it as well.
But like, yeah, that was like my thesis. It's like, okay, these are really, really big catalysts in terms of like how everybody sees Bitcoin. And then that, will drive like just kind of like a crypto arms race where everyone wants to buy Bitcoin. I think that's not necessarily like happening within the next 6 months though. So maybe that's where I was wrong, was like the timing. Maybe that's just like over a few years where it's like, even during the bear market, for example, where just nations just continue buying. Maybe that's not like a direct price impact. Yeah.
The thing that scares the hell out of me is like, if the price of Bitcoin keeps going up and like nations accept Bitcoin for what it is, and I think they already have, which is obviously a massive plus. I think they end up disregarding the rest of the altcoins and the rest of the crypto market, which is no bueno for us, because we saw this like the past like 3-4 months. The gap between the altcoins as an entire market and then Bitcoin is growing further apart. And I think Pump Fund is largely to blame for that. 15,000 tokens in circulation is absolute madness, to be honest. But I think the rest of the world not recognizing altcoins is a huge, huge issue. So Bitcoin might be pumping whatever it is. The rest of the market may not move with it. The way that yesterday, when these things dumped, Bitcoin dumped what, like 2%?
Yeah.
4%? I had altcoins that were down like 40% on the day. I'm like, how is it even possible?
I mean, yeah, this is why I think we're going higher. Like Bitcoin is going higher. It's like the Bitcoin price discovery is not done. Like people do not want to sell it, and it's like I don't feel like the price discovery is finished. And that could
retail is selling it, Elisa. Retail is selling Bitcoin. These institutions are buying it. Retail is panicking. They're selling it.
Okay, like who's retail? Like
More retail.
Okay, I'm not selling. So
Okay.
No one I know is selling Bitcoin, but I did watch a podcast. Who was it? I think it was Raoul Pal.
Raoul Paul, yeah.
Yeah, he had an interview with a VC guy, and VC guy was saying that they've been selling on the way up to 100K. So that's something to think about. But
yeah, depending on who it is, I tweeted the chart this morning was from Crypto Quant, and like the price of like BTC is like just going up, and retail is just constantly just selling it, whereas institutions are just keep buying it, which is good. There's I want to ask too, like Michael Saylor.
Yeah.
Not to get conspiracy theory on this, but do you think he becomes a hot target in the next decade with all the BTC that he has pending and on purchase orders right now?
In terms of like his personal security?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Do you think they take him out, or do you think they try to?
Who's they? Governments?
Whoever you want to equate day to.
I mean, yeah, he's basically, I don't know exactly how much he owns right now, but he's on his way to being one of the richest men in the world, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
If governments are like involved in this game theory, yeah, there's definitely like something there, right? But you could kind of bring up this problem in different ways. Like, for example, is it truly decentralized if, BlackRock owns like this much percent? No. Like, yeah.
So, no, it's not. It's obviously not decentralized. It hasn't been for like a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's like it's like it goes against the crypto ethos. That's why it's so freaking funny. It's like we wanted, mass adoption and stuff, but the true meaning of mass adoption is that it's not a cyberpunk ideal anymore.
Correct.
So what is it? What does it become? I don't know what it becomes.
No, the people don't know what they want. The people don't know what they want. Literally, to the fact that every time a real product gets rolled out in the space, the thing dumps.
You
guys not want something that works? I don't understand.
I mean, kind of bring it on the tangent, but abstract. I don't remember who was saying this. Maybe it was you actually. You were in that space.
Was Shiv?
Yeah, Shiv's space. Basically, abstract is kind of like shunning away farmers. I don't think that's completely going to work because, like, in crypto, there's just the user base is just like that. Like, we just like to make the most of opportunities. But they're definitely trying to move towards this direction where it's like different to what we know as crypto natives. And I think like ultimately in the end, in a few years, the products that we see coming out of crypto, like they won't be for us. They will just be for the wider public, and that's going to look very different to what we want. So yeah, I think it's maybe just like a hard reckoning of like what we expected versus like what's actually going to happen. But I don't think like, I still believe in an alt cycle, or like I still believe in ETH doing well and a few coins doing well. Like I just don't feel like we've had the euphoria that there was last year, like at all. But maybe
No,
that's
this cycle's been the worst cycle we've ever had, to be honest with you.
yeah, but this is why I'm not saying it's the beginning. I don't believe that, like, for a second. And I don't know what comes next. And when I saw Melania and Trump, I was like, okay, I'm selling all my alts because this is the top. This is extremely alarming.
Oh, so you saw that before. Good for you. So you knew somewhat.
I didn't sell everything.
Yep.
No, I should have. Like, but it's also really difficult, right? To trust your intuition like that without any kind of knowledge.
Yep.
But yeah, when I saw Melania drop, I told my group chat, like, this is a mass extraction event. Mass extraction events happen at the top, and usually what follows is kind of like a cascade. So
Yes.
I was like, yeah, this is really red flags. Everybody was like, but it's fine. Like, he just raised like, you know, I don't even know how much billion. Like, he'll probably use that to like buy back Bitcoin. I was like, I don't know. This is all too like reliant on like some, just too much, right? It's too like theoretical. So I was like, okay, I'm going to cut like a lot of alts here. So I cut all the alts that I didn't have like 100% conviction in. And to be honest, maybe at that point I should have just sold everything to just buy back lower. But swing trading is really scary. I'm not really into that.
Yeah, you bring up a good point too, because like Trump has also been buying a ton of ETH. ETH's been like going up 2%, 3%. Stock market price action 2-3%. And the ETH Foundation has been selling it after he's been buying it. So we love that flywheel. And like the thing with the Melania and the Trump thing, if the market ends tomorrow, and Bitcoin was down 20% and we're back in the bear market, that is going to be the most obvious top signal I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The most obvious one we'll ever see. You didn't catch the Trump pump, did you?
No. I didn't even try to chase it. Like it's kind of weird. Like I've done a couple like top blasting things like very recently that I wasn't proud of. That was more tied to the AI meta. It was more tied to the AI. Like I was very early to the AI meta, and then kind of maybe got too overconfident at the end and like too trusting in the meta. So like I top blasted a couple things, which I shouldn't have done. But like the memes, like when I saw that happen, I was like, I'm not even gonna try to chase that. Like I feel no FOMO, none.
When did you see the Trump thing? The Melania was a disaster, but when did you see the Trump thing?
So I woke up and we have a chat on Telegram called Creative Fam, and like they were all super active, and I was like, what's going on, guys? Like, why are you still awake? Like, you know, like it was like 4-5 a.m. for them. Yeah. They were like, Trump dropped Beam coin and it's at 15 billion. I was like, okay, great. That's what the hell. But I wasn't too like shocked. But then when I saw it run to like 70 billion, it was doing like 10 billion candles of like 10 billion. Less. I saw it go from like 50 to 70 in like 20 minutes. And I was like, what the actual F, dude? But I didn't like it. Like none of it. I didn't like it because it's sucking liquidity out of literally everything. Everybody's chasing. Like it's like the energy was, I don't know. It didn't feel healthy. So yeah, I mean 100% a local top, but I don't know. It just still doesn't feel like.
Another positive thing too, without us being too much of a negative Nancy, is like the stablecoin market on Solana in terms of like USDC is going up. Like stablecoin dollar wise on Solana is going up. So like that's a good thing. That money has to go somewhere, to be honest.
Does that mean that that's like inflows or it's people stabling up?
I think it's inflows.
I saw that. I saw a chart.
I don't think it's stabled up. It's like if they were stabled up, they wouldn't be crying on the timeline.
Yeah.
And everyone at this point knows better than catch a falling knife.
I don't know,
at
dude.
At least you hope so.
Yeah, because if you think of all the people on TikTok, but again, I don't know how much liquidity is actually on there.
So much. So much.
Okay.
Yeah, so much. There was the crazy thing, even Reddit too. A couple of my buddies are like pretty deep in the Reddit trenches, like not for crypto, just like researching like stupid products or like TV shows or movies, whatever. Reddit's not really my thing. And like they found information about Pengu on Reddit and other crypto products that I had no idea that was even on there, like community threads. And they started telling me more about like products that I own, like assets that I own, of
Whoa.
things I had no idea about. And like I'm like, oh, I own. I'm like, how'd you guys know? They're like, oh, Reddit like tells us all this stuff. I'm like, that's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then I told Peter from PENGU, and I think they have a Reddit strategy now. Luke's already announced that in one of the Discords. They have a Reddit strategy coming up. And then the TikTok thing is insane because right when PENGU launched on TikTok, the TikTokers or whatever, because they saw the price dump, they were very pissed, and they started calling PENGU a rug. They were calling it a rug, and they were very upset. And I can imagine now that they're even fucking more upset because the price is literally below launch price. Shout out to the team. So they're probably even more upset. But there's a lot of money on those platforms, and they're pissed.
And they react as well.
Very quickly. You gotta read those comments. You gotta type in like, even type in like ticker or PENGU on TikTok. Read those comments.
Fuck.
They think the cycle's over. They think it's done. And I imagine this. Imagine like yesterday, your normie retail. Like we're to an extent like CT
Crypto
retail, like
retail.
retail, and you see like PENGU down like 40% within like 24 hours. You want to hit your head against the wall, like.
Yeah. It's not ideal.
No, because they're coming from stocks, right? And alternative forms of investing, like maybe collectibles and stuff. That doesn't fucking happen there.
You think
So
like
they
the
gotta be,
retail? You think like the retail? This is really interesting. Like the retail that is buying, like they're people that are already kind of into finances, business, and that kind of stuff.
No, I think they're fresh out the gate.
So it can be anyone. It doesn't have. It's not like a certain type of person that's buying.
So it really depends. Like, so I got a couple of buddies that obviously live in Toronto as well. Like, I went to high school with them, college, whatever. I was to university with college here, and like they work at hedge funds now.
Okay, so finance,
and like the CEOs, board members, whatever you want to call them, the C-suite execs of the hedge funds have been buying Fartcoin for a while. So it really depends, and like they're not on CT.
Yeah,
they're on LinkedIn.
But they're into making money. They have that mindset.
Yes.
Like I found crypto on Twitter, and I was like in a complete different niche. And I was always into business, and that's why I got into it. Because I was like, this is interesting. I feel like there could be opportunities here. And then I explored it, stuck around, and the rest is history. But like, I always had that basis of interest in business or making money or being an entrepreneur. Yeah.
The problem too is that like the average person, let's say you're in your 20s still, right?
Yeah.
So I'm 27.
Yep.
So it's case you're 99, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm 97. So like the
90s.
our age group generally like has a lot less money than like our parents did, or our parents for a variety of like reasons, inflation being one. Being idiots in the 20s, it contributes to that as well. Like the average person has less money saved, and like they know that like putting like 10 grand into stocks isn't gonna do anything. Like put 10 grand in stocks to go up 3% a year.
Yeah.
$300, congratulations, you're sick. Like nothing. So they look to crypto because they've heard these stories of crypto and like making millions of dollars, which is all possible, by the way. And like they're like, I gotta gamble this. And that's who's on TikTok. It's the people that know that stocks are not for them because the opportunity to make $1 million or 100K off of 10 grand is not gonna happen in stocks. Good luck. So they find stuff on TikTok. And because crypto is culture, they're making bets on culture through TikTok, what they see there and their exposure there.
I actually I have like a stream that when was this? Like maybe like November, and I infiltrated a Discord of like these forex traders that were like pumping this coin. Like like it was nuts. I have a video. It was insane. There was like 300
people. It's a crypto coin, right? This is a crypto coin.
Yeah, it was called like Elon Trump something. Like it was like some random coin that was like 10K market cap, and there's like 300 people in the voice chat, and like these like forex guys are like leading kind of like the troops, telling people to buy all this stuff, then like dumping on their heads. Like it was crazy. And the most active chat I've ever seen. So like, yeah.
That's not insider trading, is it? It is.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the most red flag thing ever. I don't think you can play it here, but I'll get you the video. It's like hilarious. Like it was just crazy. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Yeah, and like, can you imagine how many other chats that happens with?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the crazy thing is that like people outside of crypto know that you can run this playbook, and like they're running the fucking playbook. Crime cycle, literally crime cycle.
Playbook of like pumping something and dumping.
Yes, it's anybody who has a following, to be honest. It doesn't have to be crypto specific.
Yeah.
You just have to tell your loyal followers that you're doing this crypto thing and like to buy, especially if it's already under the financial umbrella. So they're already used to giving you money. In that case, Forex is pretty fucking scammy to begin with.
Yeah.
They're used to giving them money. So they're like, yeah, you know what? It was an extra fucking $500. $500 times 300, do the math, especially on an LP. And like tokens, times that by 10, probably 50 to be honest. And then you get the market cap that you do, the tokens that you have, and the rest is kind of like history.
Yeah. And for them, like making 5K on something like that is a win. It's like a big win.
Yeah, it's a win. We say this all the time. I think even you said this. We've been so financially desensitized. Like making 100K in crypto is like, fuck, I hate this here. I don't touch stocks at all. I was in there for like literally like maybe like a year, and like I fucking hated it, to be honest. Penny stocks more my thing because there's more of a gambling aspect of penny stocks than actual like stocks. And like my friends have been crying in group chats about the economy's like going to shit. And this was like in November when altcoins were actually kind of rallying-ish, like when things were pumping. I was like, what are you guys talking about? It's fucking great. And like now 2 months later, it's not great.
But I don't remember what day it was, but it was some point last week, like stocks were doing really bad and crypto was actually outperforming.
Yes.
So
there's no correlation. Crypto's like obviously high risk asset. They usually do better when everything else is going to shit.
But usually there is correlation, and it's like crypto is like a levered bet on stocks, but we're starting to see it be different now. So
it's different. How can I say this? In 21, actually, no, when was the flash crash? When was the COVID flash
2020.
crash? I was in
March 2020.
Were you doing stocks, crypto at that time or no?
No.
But see, the whole market crashed, right?
Yeah.
Everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're kind of in the same place right now, to be honest. Like obviously it's not a crypto flash crash, but like we're in the same place.
What, with the global economy?
No, I think we're in the same place in terms of like everything has just been melted. Like that was like this week was like one of the biggest crypto liquidations I think ever.
Yeah, it was. But like I just see it as an overreaction because why? Like there's no real reason. I think everyone's just freaking out because of the tariffs because they don't know what comes next.
Yes.
But isn't that also because there's more like non-crypto natives than ever before?
Yeah, so they got freaked out fast. Whammied. Those people got double whammied because think of it. Like you said this earlier, like you see Trump coin rise fucking 15 billion in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And like you're selling off your other assets probably at a loss already.
Yeah.
And you're getting in Trump. And like 24 hours later, Melania launches, not even. And like now you're down on Trump after selling your assets on a current loss. So you got smacked twice because you sold an asset for a loss, got into something, got smacked again. And then a week later, the tariffs get announced. So you're down on all frontiers within like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So many might have just lost everything. That's fucked up.
Yes, very possible. You've been killing the abstract streaming game.
Thank you.
You're probably the only one that's consistent, I think, right? Consistently getting views. So consistent, consistently getting views. Is it something that like you've had to adjust to, or you've been doing this forever? That it's just kind of now like you're in your natural state.
No, so I've been streaming since 2023, and I've been on like the hard road of streaming, to like 4 people for days. So yeah, pretty used to like the grind of it. And by now I know what makes people come back and what kind of builds an audience when you're streaming. Honestly, the hardest thing is getting your stream in front of people. That's the number one hardest thing when it comes to streaming. So the reason I'm going so hard on Abstract is because I'm on the front page of Abstract, right?
Yes.
On Twitch, that is not possible unless I know people at Twitch or I'm getting like, I don't know, 1,000 concurrent viewers, which is like really, really like near impossible unless you're like a celeb. So yeah, I'm basically really realizing the opportunity. Like I'm on the front page, that means people can discover me. All I have to do is be live every single day for as long as I can, or just like a sustainable amount of time, let's say, so that there's more chances of more people finding me. And then ideally that would funnel into them following me on Abstract and then them following me on other socials. Right now, there's no follow function
That's wrong.
on Abstract. So like I'm not actually funneling anyone. So my only kind of option right now is just going live every day so people don't forget, let's say, or so people kind of build this habit of like coming to see me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm already noticing that. Like I recognize familiar names come like every day. And yeah, I would say again, it's a really big opportunity because unlike Twitch, the discovery is very easy right now because there's limited amount of streamers.
Yes.
It's also an audience that like they can easily relate to me. I can easily relate to them.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm not sure what it holds for the long term. Like I'm not really thinking that way right now. I'm just I'm rolling with the punches kind of thing. I'm noticing that I'm growing. I'm noticing that it's doing something good. So I'm just continuing, right? Yeah, I think once they add the clipping feature, once they add the follow, like it's game over because I'm gonna incentivize that like crazy. I'm gonna make sure that people post shit on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and I'm just gonna try and like get the UGC flywheel going. That's like my goal.
The people that are touching base with you right now that are like coming back at like repetition, are they your followers, your I guess supporters on X, or are these entirely new people that are finding you on Abstract that are now sticking around and coming back?
Yeah, so obviously I have my core community. So every time I go live, I ping on Telegram, on Discord, and I post on X. Yeah. So I have a bunch of people that I recognize that usually come to my streams on Twitch, and I just know are community members. But there's a shit ton of new people that I've never seen before.
Good.
I would say like 75%, if not more, of people I've never seen before. And every day, every time I stream, there's more people that I've never seen. That's why I'm assuming that I'm growing, even though I don't have access to analytics. I can't see concurrent viewers. I can't see any of that. But I can see the chat, and I can see that there are new people coming every day. So
how do you think there are like not how, but like where are they coming from? Do you think it's just alternative marketing, or do you think it's literally organically getting spread and these people from like outside of industry are finding out like what's happening, that Abstract is a popular thing, and like they're trying it? Like where do you think these people are coming from?
I would assume that they're in crypto. I wouldn't say that they're outside of crypto, because I don't think I don't think the team have like turned that on at all. Yeah. As far as I see it, this is like the test round kind of, where like we're the guinea pigs. We're very familiar with everything, so we won't judge too hard. We'll give good feedback, and they're able to see on the back end like what's going on. And then once they decide that the platform is ready, they'll push it. I think that's when it gets really interesting. If it all goes to plan, right?
You think the DeFi folks are finding you? Because I think folks, like to my knowledge, most of the Abstract community is like NFTers. You think it's DeFi that's getting attracted to this?
I don't know.
Because think about whenever I saw Abstract being posted on a timeline the past 2-3 months, at least this was my time.
Ow.
Yeah.
It's penguins. I'm trying to think like of like from memory. Because usually I do trading streams, but recently I've just been chilling, like chilling, talking about random stuff. So
Yep.
I can't really tell you exactly what it is, but they'll know what's going on in abstract ecosystem. Like some of them will talk about meme coins in abstract. Some of them will talk about ongoing mints or mints that are going to happen. Like they ask me like, oh, are you minting this? So I do think it's like, yeah, it's people that are interested in abstracts. It's people that are in NFTs and meme coins. But I do think also I'm bringing in a lot of people from my ex that like are not familiar with abstract, but they're exploring it through because they're like watching me. And yeah,
So it's basically a dynamic too. Like, what are your expectations for abstract? Do you think like it becomes like a version of like Kick or Twitch, or you think it's like not even close? Like, you think they get to that point, or even try to strive to that point?
So I was talking about this with Sanjay because I'm very curious on this. Like, I really don't know. All I know is that hosting, like having a streaming platform is extremely expensive. Because like servers and stuff. So right now they're probably operating at a loss, like when it comes to streaming. So I'm trying to understand like what is their thesis here? Like how is this gonna bring them money? How is
Do they take % off tips both ways or not?
Good question. I don't know. I know that they take
because they've made over like $3 million in tips have been tipped in the past week or something.
Yeah, which is huge. So exactly, this is what I was gonna say. So I think that's like the marketing. So let's say I made like $500 the other day in a stream, right? I got tipped in PENGU, whatever. I can say, guys, I streamed for 4 hours. I can make like a TikTok video. I streamed for 5 hours. I had 22 concurrent viewers and I made $500. I posted on TikTok, bro. That is like, that's gonna blow like Web2 content creators' minds. They're gonna be like, huh? I get like 300 concurrent viewers and I make like $50. What is this? And then they'll comment, they'll say like this is a scam, or like they'll comment being like, what is this? And then it just goes viral, right? So I think like the tipping aspect is very well designed. Like people tip me like every minute. And when I go watch streams on abstract, I tip as well, like straight away, because it's just so fun to tip. There's a little animation, like it's very gamified. It's so easy. And on Twitch, you don't have that. Like you just don't have that. You have bits, but it's not as easy. It's not. I don't know.
It's different.
It's different.
Tipping is a crypto culture thing, to be honest. The fascinating thing though too is like, so I was thinking about this too, like. There's a tipping feature on X, right, Elisa?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't see it
Nobody
anywhere.
fucking uses it.
Is it on? It's on people's
you
profiles, right?
You go to your settings right now. You put on your profile right now, and you set. You should actually A/B test this. Go to your profile. Go to like set it up. Put your tipping feature on, and see if people tip you. I guarantee you get more tips from streaming than you will from X. But they're the same users, arguably. So why are they tipping on stream but they're not tipping on X?
It's interactive. That's easy. It's interactive.
You think that's what it is? It's interactive?
Yeah, like on Twitch, I have like many settings with bots and like just like coded into Twitch chat to make my chat interactive. So like when viewers watch my stream, they'll accumulate these points and then they'll be able to use these stream points for whatever they want. So for example, if I host a giveaway, I'll be like, okay, redeem like 20 stream points for 2 tickets to enter the raffle. And they get that from watching. And that's like in Twitch. That's like a thing in Twitch. And they can also redeem stuff where it's like an alert. So like, I don't know, they redeem like 100 and it's going to do an alert on my screen. Or they redeem something and I have to drink water. So it's, it's like the whole NPC thing that we saw on TikTok, right? It's very similar. It's like, you're able to interact deeply with the content creator. And honestly, like as someone who watches streams from time to time, I do it too. Like, yeah, it's just like, it's very compelling. It's hard to not give into that because you want to like test, you want to see, you know, what's going to happen.
Do you think it's self-motivating, or do you think it's all like out of genuine I like this person, or do you think it's like, oh, I want to
have no idea.
become on this person's screen for a split second because they're popular? Like, do you think it's like the instant gratification, like I'm gonna reward this person, thinking give me a shout out, like that feels good, or is it more like I'm just gonna support this person, I'll give them money anyways? Which one do you think is more of like that case?
So today, I did my no, it wasn't my first time, but I did first time in like a few days where I didn't put a like 100 PENGU equals whatever. I had none of that. I just had like this and my screen, and people were tipping even more often than usual, but they were tipping like very random amounts, right? So when I put like, I don't know, 100 PENGU equals shout out, whatever, 1,000 PENGU equals push up, people actually tip more because they're trying to reach that threshold, right? But people tip either way, so it's interesting. And arguably, this might be a bit controversial, but it's maybe because I'm a woman. Like, there is this dynamic, right? And it's the same on Twitch, where it's like, there's actually way less like female streamers in the top ones, but I bet they would probably be able to monetize better on average.
Yeah, I mean, even when you go to dinner, right? I am 10 times more likely to tip a waitress than a waiter.
Really?
Yes.
It's just like hard coded kind of thing. Like
I've also done this too. Like, I've not tipped waitresses if I feel like they're milking me, because you can tell. So if I think I'm getting like seduced, like milked on purpose for extra cash, I don't tip at all. I delete flat. I've done it so many times. Like I'm like she's milking us. Fuck this. And then you can tell when you're actually genuine. I'm like, no, I'll tip more because she's been genuine today. And you can like, you go on enough, you can kind of tell, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it's actually the same for me. Like, I tip women more.
Yeah.
I like tipping in general, honestly. Like, I'm not American. Like, I know it's like okay, you're Canadian, but like, I know in America there's like a tipping culture, but like in Europe isn't really. But I like to tip, especially now that like I'm comfortable.
Where's your accent from? UK?
London. Yeah.
I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
It's pretty obvious, no?
yeah, a little bit. What else? I was gonna ask too, like, how does Twitch and Kick make money?
Okay, so Kick, I actually wrote a thread on this like ages ago. So this might be wrong, so definitely fact check me. But I think Kick is a cash cow for steak.com. So basically, Kick is like the marketing for steak.com. So they get all these big streamers. These big streamers stream gambling. And then obviously their audience does the same.
Yes.
I don't know what the data is, but yeah. So basically they're onboarding a shit ton of people to gamble, and obviously casino, and that's like super profitable, right? It's like, I think it's the most profitable.
Yes, the
probably,
most.
Right?
Yes, the most.
Yeah. So yeah, basically Kick equals marketing for steak.com, and I think it probably offsets the costs because gambling's so profitable.
We just figured it out, by the way. You just figured it out. That's how Abstract's going to make money. They're using Murad Markets from Farouk and these other brands to run that playbook.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to push gambling.
If you know this, and I know this, Luca, who's done DTC for the past fucking decade, he also knows this.
He's thought about it.
You know what? This is crazy. I think they enabled the tipping thing to see how much people are willing to spend on the platform, and then seeing what number that is and how often people are spending on platform, like just out of will, and then they're going to try to actually run that up with the actual betting apps on the platform.
Makes a lot of sense.
And they're going to push it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Also, so I'm not doing this.
But the problem is that people have to lose, right, for them to win.
Yeah, but if it's a crypto audience,
So or like losing.
Yeah, I don't think they care that much.
That's so fucked up.
I mean, I just don't know what I think anymore. Like, when I published this thread about Kick, I was like really like, this is so shit. Like, this is horrible. They're preying on these young kids, you know, Aiden Ross fans. I still believe that. Like, I don't think a 16-year-old guy has like, stay the fuck away from that, you know?
even with Abstract, I think they can make money off of stake, like you mentioned before. But how else are these platforms making money? Because that's like third party kind of like interactions. Are they making money off of the direct platform at all, or no?
So
Like stickers and
Stake
shit.
own Kick.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, Stake is the parent company of Kick. So everything, I think it's like it must be integrated like super easy to click and shit. I think they probably even have overlays. I haven't spent much time on Kick, but like I think they probably have like overlays.
So how does Twitch do it then?
Okay, Twitch. I remember researching this, but I'm not up to date. But okay, so they decreased the creator cut of like subscriptions kind of recently, and it was like super controversial. And then they had to run it back. They had to like take it back. So because like too many people were like, "Fuck this!" Like I'm gonna leave Twitch and then. But like that just it's because they're in trouble, right? Amazon owns Twitch. I don't know why, and Amazon is like the biggest servers, right?
Yes. AWS.
Yeah, I was gonna say AGW.
Yeah.
Like too much on that side. So I'm not quite sure what the play is there, but there's something. Maybe ads. Maybe they do loads of Amazon ads.
I was thinking what I said last week in Shift Space, what Rumble does.
I don't know how that works. How does it work?
So like Chris, Toronto guy, shout out Chris if you see this, you probably won't ever see this, but Chris and Rumble, they were the first ones to do this. Rumble is like YouTube's competitor where they have like streaming, you can upload videos, you can do both, but it started with streaming first and the upload should happen afterwards.
Okay.
Let's say you're a creator and I'm Nike, or I'm, fucking Nike, Adidas, even Amazon, AWS, whatever. And like, I want to pay you to run an ad. I can do it live there while you're streaming.
Oh yeah,
in
you were
real
saying
time.
This. That's really
And I can
cool.
send you like, Alyssa, like, give me a 30-second advert, talk about this. We'll send you a wire transfer through the platform of like
Wild.
20K. And you get the thing, you vet it, you check, you make sure it's done, and then platform gets the cut. So it's real time influencer marketing, and then
crazy.
platform gets cut. Especially if it becomes super effective and people start paying attention and actually like listening. Because imagine like you're streaming on a platform and you have like 10,000 people live listening. How much is that worth to Nike to pay you XYZ dollars for real time 10,000 actual live people? That's at least a 20K check.
I have no idea. But I know streamers like that have a lot of, they're paid a shit ton because their audience is like,
it's real time.
What's the word?
It's real time consumption.
It's real time, and they're there. They're like present. Like,
yes,
it's like the most present form of content there is live.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I see how it would be more effective, maybe.
Yes.
Even like
and now, like in a gamified sense, you're now being bid for because you have the most streamers on the platform for people to spend money with you as a creator because you have the most streamers on the platform.
So how would you see it in like an abstract context? Like
So
what would be the best move for them beyond the gambling stuff, beyond like taking cut maybe on those things, like from like a, I guess, advertising perspective?
The platform needs volume.
Which is people.
The platform needs, like, chain needs to have volume on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chain needs to have volume. Like if you go to like DeFi Llama has all the chains that like produce revenue, and the revenue is from volume.
But who cares? Like, is that really relevant in the streaming platform context?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
So yeah, so for the streaming platform to be successful, they need to make revenue from it. So
Yes.
they need to do so, like, yeah, take percentage from take a cut from tips, take a cut from. Honestly, I don't understand why they didn't do like a NFT launchpad on the platform. Like, I don't know why they went with Magic Eden, to be honest with you. I think they should have built their own thing where NFTs launch there and you can trade NFTs via Abstract and then just taking a cut on that. That's like,
They could do that. Would that make them money though?
yeah, royalties.
Yeah.
That's a miss.
Also,
in my opinion, that's a miss. Like, I don't know. I think it's great to integrate other apps, but it kind of needs
App
to be in the
integration's
platform. Yeah, like I have to click to go on Magic Eden, and Magic Eden is listing scams. Like, it's not a vibe, you know. I think it would have been better if they just did it.
Do you think advertisements would work on Abstract? People running adverts, like click advertisement, like click funnel stuff.
Eventually, yeah. If there's like, imagine
if we ran an advert right now, and if we ran an ad right now on Abstract, do you think it'd get clicks and people would actually go buy a product?
Depends what it is. If it was like, if we ran an ad for like a really cool like gamified like gambling app, like a QR code, bam, you know, you enter raffle. If you download this app, yeah, I think it would get downloads.
What if it was gaming?
Yeah, anything. But I think people need to test that out to be able to know. Like,
yeah, because
there's
remember,
just a lack of data right now.
Because OpenSea in like 2020,
yeah,
with like the NFTs and the ads that they ran on front page.
Yeah,
you were there for this, right?
Yeah, but I was kind of like learning everything, so I wasn't. I was kind of all over the place. Yeah, I didn't notice details.
They were running ads on the front page of OpenSea,
right?
And the collections were going nuts.
So wait, they were running ads for random shit or no, collections?
So they were running like, you could pay OpenSea to run an advertisement for your product on OpenSea's front page.
Okay.
And at the time of like NFT peak euphoria, they were buying the products on the front page, aka the NFTs, and the NFTs were running up. And then the team at OpenSea was engaging in insider activity because they were buying the things they knew they were run ads for before they ran the ads.
Smart.
The guy's in jail now. Shout out to him.
Is he actually?
Yeah, he's in fucking prison.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. but you're confirming that it works.
No, it fucking works. It works, but I'm only wondering if it works because it was OpenSea. Does Abstract have the traffic OpenSea has?
Well, no, but I think it can. Like, look, if they actually manage to do what I think they want to do, which is bring all these big Web2 creators on, because they want to show them, look, this is how much you could make.
Yes.
If they actually manage to do that, we're going to see like tens of millions of people.
Does that fuck you though? Does that fuck you for your talent and your creatorness?
So it depends. Okay. The Abstract team's way of, way of doing things. No. It just depends their way of doing things. Like if they decide to push the creators that are like super consistent on their platform right now, if they decide to push us and they decide to support us, even when they bring on, banks or whatever, then like we're gonna win like big. Right?
Oh, so you think they go like banks? You think they go swinging for banks?
Oh, I think banks is like a little fish. Yeah, I think they're gonna try like Kai, like yeah.
No, you think they're gonna go after Kai and all those guys?
Yeah, I think
speed and everything.
They just need to be able to show that like they need to be able to be like, okay, look, like this is a small streamer, right? This is a small streamer that gets 20 CCV for 4 hours of streaming, and she made $500. Imagine what you could make. They can do some moon maths. They probably have all these projection stuff. I have no idea if this is a thing, by the way, but this is what I would do, right? And yeah,
Kai's not in speed making money off streams. If it weren't from the platform, not from ads.
Yeah, subs. Yeah, if you calculate, I think subs like maybe like $4.
$4 a sub.
Yeah.
That's good. That's really
is
fucking
it 4
good.
too? Because I have a feeling that's
Kai's expected to make 3.6 million monthly from subscriptions currently.
He's not gonna come on Abstract. He's not coming on Abstract. Not for that kind of.
Look. They're gonna want money. They're gonna want like a signing. It's kind of like Kick, right? It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be like we want like a signing deal of like millions to be able to. But this is the thing: if they're able to come in really strong and prove that like they could make 10 times, maybe even 100x times what they're making right now, because of like just the sheer amount of like spending power on here, I don't think you can really say no to that. Like you would at least try it out, right?
If I'm top 2%, top 5%, I'll try it. I don't risk my sustainable $3 million a month on Kick to do it. But if I'm lower bucket 50%, I give it a shot. If I'm only making a few K a month and I see your fucking video go viral on TikTok, $400 in a day, and I can do that 3 times and then get my monthly salary in 3 days that I would off these fucking platforms in a month, I absolutely try it.
Okay, bear in mind, I think they've been building these relationships for a while. Like, do you remember when Kai had the plushie?
Yes.
Clicks as well,
Yes.
and a bunch of others. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's all part of the game plan.
If they get Kai
I hope they
Cenat,
manage to, dude. I hope they manage to do it, like, genuinely, because it would be huge. Like, it just, they need to be ready for it. They need to be ready for it. They need to be ready. Like, the platform doesn't crash. They need to actually be able to prove that, you know, the tips will go crazy.
Yes.
The selling pressure on PENGU is going to be nuts.
Yes. Yes,
They probably need to disable the PENGU like tips.
Please,
Just
stop
do
the
USDC,
contract.
okay? Stop.
Stop the contract. Stop the fucking contract. The crazy thing is too is that you actually might be onto something, because like if I'm Luca, I think I just pitch Kai just for one session.
Exactly.
Like I pitch him for like an hour, or I pitch him for like 2 hours. I pitch him not to be on the platform like all time. I pitch him to do something on there.
just test it out.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe they even go and pay him. Maybe
You have to.
maybe
You
they
have
even
to
go
pay.
and pay him 1 million for 1 hour. Like, I don't know how much he charges, but
So
it's definitely
fucked.
up there.
You have to. Were
so-
you, and like this is really random, but like where would you compare yourself and like your skill set as a streamer to like some of these Web2 creators?
So I don't
'Cause
have
I don't
like
think anybody's better than you in our industry. But like, no, which streamers are better than you in our industry? Which streamers are better than you?
I wouldn't say I'm like that. Like,
You think there's streamers that are better than you in our industry?
yeah.
Who?
I don't have like off the top of my head, but there's not
No,
just
no.
me.
No.
There's not just me. Like, I'm like super chill, you know? Like, I'm not, like, if you look at Kai, it's like every stream is a movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a set, there's characters,
Yep.
I think most of it is freestyle, to be honest with you.
Shenanigans.
But yeah, there's like some sort of plot to follow. So I think my first like try at that was the other day when we streamed with I don't know if you saw that. We streamed with Sanjay, Elizabeth, and Kix. They all came
Yes.
over.
So
That was like my first time doing a group thing, and like I loved it. And now it's like I actually want to do more stuff like that where there's like more production. But I definitely wouldn't say like I'm the best or anything like that. I wouldn't even say like I'm good. I'm just always been good at communicating, yapping, and like intuitively, I always know when people are like bored or happy or entertained. So I know like what to double down on, like in the moment, right? So if I see like the chat dying down a little bit, like I can even maybe sometimes like predict that happening, and then I know to switch it something up. So in my opinion, like I'm pretty good at entertaining, but I could do way better, right? Like I could put way more effort.
You think you're top 10?
I just don't even think of it like that. I think there are many streamers that like we don't even see about on X. So
I don't think there's any. I mean, there's like you, Bryson. Fuck, I don't know. I guess ball stops there. I guess I don't know who else is there. Like
there's a bunch of streamers like in different languages. Like Brazilian, they're pretty big. They get a lot of viewers. So I would say in terms of viewers, no, I'm not there yet.
if you stream on Naptrack, how many? You don't know how
I
many
don't
people
know.
you watch your stream,
No, I
right?
have no idea.
Oh,
I saw it once because I think they were like testing something, and I saw it once for like 1 second, and it was like 51.
Is that live or is that like all
That's
time?
concurrent. That's like in one go, like everyone's here kind of thing, which is pretty decent.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
That's not bad.
The thing is, you're you have more of a mature head than like some like the names you mentioned that like Knack, like they're in fucking drama class 24/7. Like you're mature. You're not gonna start screaming on stream and yelling. Like that's not your MO.
I mean, right now I'm normal, but I can get hyper. Like I'll drink loads of coffee and like sing.
Yeah,
and,
you're not Kai Cenat backflips on the
no,
stream.
no, I'm not a guy. I'm a girl. I think there's like there's like different energies, right? But I'm still like, yeah, I can still be like pretty like screaming, speaking loud, all that kind of stuff, right?
You doing push-ups was entertaining though. You doing push-ups was funny.
Why? Because it's so difficult.
Yeah, it's like I didn't expect her to be doing this type thing when I saw. I was like, you really should do fucking push-ups today.
Really,
Okay.
you did? Yeah, it's
No, it's like
it's
what the
funny
fuck?
because people like assume I'm a certain way, and then they realize that I'm not.
It actually showed like a different side of you that was like, I guess, authentic.
Yeah, I mean,
be honest,
I
do
always
more
try to
push-ups.
be authentic. I think people who have watched my streams for a while like know exactly my personality now. But yeah, on X, it's like it's impossible to tell, right?
You come off a bit cold on Spaces, though, I'll be honest.
I don't know where. Yeah, but I don't know. Like maybe that's because you don't see my face,
That's true too.
and I've got like a serious voice, maybe. Yeah,
That's true too.
but I wouldn't describe myself. I'm a bit aloof, but I'm not cold. Yeah.
Aloof. It's a new word. Listen, you have anything you want to talk about today? It's been an hour.
So you were scared with the crash.
On your mind, you're doing day to day, anything like that?
No, I'm doing way less trading at the moment. I'm just doubling down on content, basically. Really excited about this abstract stuff. I'm gonna try and level up the production and like really, really try to make it as entertaining as possible for people. I think the Thread Guide crew, like they're going after like interviews, like that style. And I don't want to do that. I've done that in the past. I want to do something different. So yeah. Oh well, there you go. You were asking who are the top street. That guy's up there.
Yeah,
He's
they're
up
up there. Yeah, the Babe Cabal. Yeah, they're up there.
Yeah, and two of them were like, very small, if not like completely unknown creators before this whole thing, right?
Yes.
So that's how far collaboration can get you.
And yeah, but I mean, it only goes so far. You gotta put up or shut up
100%.
type stuff.
100%.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
How much do you know about Mr. Beast in his early days, Elisa?
I just know that he went really, really hard on making videos and
Do you know the stuff that he was doing or no? The early days?
Not really.
You should look into it. There's like when he was like early, like if we were to like draw a parallel between you now and him in his early days, you have like 100 times more following than he did. He was just doing like the dumbest stuff on live stream for hours. And so people start to notice him. One of the things he was doing, he literally counted to 1,000
I saw
live
that.
on stream.
That's crazy.
And he got like so many views. So many views. If you can think outside the box and do like outrageous stuff at least once a week, not like jeopardizing the brand stuff, but like
something very unique, that stands out.
I think we got a fuck ton of attention. Like counting 1,000 or 100,000, I think it was actually 100,000 on stream was like insane. I'd even encourage you, do the first 24 hours live stream.
Yeah, I've thought of it.
Do it, run it.
I basically just need to like hit the creative juices and just do it. Yeah.
It would be crazy too, like streaming is not my game at all. Like I'd fucking suck at it. The breaking a Guinness World Record on stream, Melissa, would go fucking viral on Abstract. I'm serious, by the way. There's some Guinness records that are like not really hard to beat. You can probably do it on stream.
Okay, I will research that.
There's some stupid ones. Like I can probably fucking do this. You train for about a month and you literally like do it live on stream. Imagine having the Guinness World Record in your house or in your apartment, whatever, and like you're breaking it on stream on Abstract, bro. Millions of views.
Yeah,
millions of views.
It's funny.
Millions of views.
Thanks, Andrew. My content quant.
Of course, yeah, dude. If you make it, I just want 1%, please.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry. Check
and
that.
don't sell your penguin before I do, please. Don't sell penguin before I do.
I'm holding. Yeah, I'm holding all my tips. I'm stacking the PENGU. Yeah, they should definitely try to encourage USDC tips instead of PENGU though, because.
Yes. Can I ask how much you've gotten tipped?
So there's a June dashboard, but it's not updated. I check it every day because I'm very curious, and it's like stuck.
That's
it's
right.
stuck
I saw
on.
this too.
It's stuck on. I don't know day. I don't even know what day it's stuck on, but it's stuck. So I don't know. How much is PENGU at right now? Like 0.014 or something?
0.01513 or something.
Okay, so I've spent a bunch of PENGU because I was like tipping people, but right now I have like 5 times 0, like
It's not looking good,
$650.
How much?
$650.
And you streamed how many times?
7 times.
Yeah, it's about $100 and up. $100 a stream.
But I've spent a bunch of it, so I think it's closer to 1K. And people also
That's
tip
actually
ETH.
good.
People
You make
also tip ETH.
$1,000 a week.
Yeah, it's wild. Like for like as a crypto brain,
Yeah.
like we kind of fucked, but for the
Yeah.
average creator, it's big.
Yeah, $1,000 a week. It's $4,000 a month. That's a whole other income of a shitty job.
I just wonder if it's because we're crypto people, right? So we tip more. I'm very curious about that.
And you're only streaming for 1 hour, right?
No, I stream longer. Like sometimes 1 hour, sometimes 4 hours, sometimes 2 hours. Today I did 2 hours.
Yeah, so it's still good money as like a passive thing.
Yeah, no, I'll always be grateful. Like people are giving me money. Like that's crazy, you know?
Yeah.
It's very kind. Yeah.
The homeless people would be shocked. They'd be
Stop.
shocked. They'd be jealous and they'd be shocked.
Yeah, that's why
Listen, I
I gotta
appreciate
give
your
back.
time. I appreciate your time. You have anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
No. Great chat.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
Bye.
You guys.